Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. So these are going to be general messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 9th to the 15th, 2020. I'm going to be starting off with love because so many people requested that, and then I'm going to go into the Celtic cross spread, okay? And definitely, guys, remember these are general messages. Don't try to make them fit if they don't. Check your rising sun, moon, sign, and Venus for the most complete messages. The energies can always be vice versa, flip-flop. Now let's get a crowning energy from the wisdom of the oracle for the start of the love read. We will work in the astrology as we go along. Because, you know, I am going to be doing, continue to be doing these monthly love-only reads. And a lot of you guys reached out. They're like, where's the single read? Where's the complicated? Like, okay, cool, no problem. So just for the next one, I'm going to break it apart. But for this one, this is just going to be a general love read because we'll be here all day, honestly, if we do every style of relationship that's happening here. So you guys, those of you who are open to relationships or having any sort of relationship situation going on, we have Between Worlds. So very interesting energy because this is telling me that it's time to explore a new energy between you and someone else. It's not a moment of certainty, but rather for like discovery and curiosity. You don't know yet if this is going to last forever, like that forever ever thing. So allow yourself to explore who you are and what's reflected back to you in this connection. Because this relationship is meant to teach you something about yourself. Like, what do you need? What do you like? What do you dislike? What values are actually really important to you over other ones? You know, you're in a very critical phase of your relationship right now. This does indicate that really shouldn't be dismissed or hurried along because something is sort of like unfolding here. So that's pretty good. Now, Between the Worlds energy can also be like, if you are because it's a general message, I could also say that's for those of you who are in a pretty recent connection. But for those of you in a weird space, Between Worlds can absolutely be that you're in a weird space, you know, between things, and you're really trying very actively to try to work things out, but you need to identify what lessons you are learning as you go along, as do they, and really identifying the purpose that you guys are in each other's lives for. It really is being half in and half out of something and just trying to navigate your way through. Okay, true love, how about that? Release your ex, Sagittarius. Separation. Okay, let's pull these guys and then we'll bring them all together, okay? So we do have Mercury turning direct in Aquarius in your third house on March 9th. So that's the last chance to mess up, clean up, or revisit what you worked on during the retrograde. So for you guys, having it be in your third house of communication, be careful of all communication that can be delayed or maybe complicated, anything like that. And also on the 9th, though, we have the full moon in Virgo. Sexual union. We have the full moon in Virgo in your 10th and 4th houses. So it's going to be about finding balance between career and home and private life. So there may be something that you need to change, let go of, or reconsider regarding your home, private life, and or career. So like having some balance there is going to be pretty important. And then on March 11th, we have two really, really good days, the 11th and the 14th. If you have to do anything really good in March, those are two really good days. On the 11th, we have Sun in Pisces, sextiling Jupiter and Capricorn in your 4th and your 2nd houses. Really great for finances. You guys are going to be popping with your finances this week, really. Great for finances, expansion, and for any kind of home-related matters. So that could have to do with real estate. It could have to do with things just going really well in your home space. So really good stuff. And then on the 14th, we have Mars in Capricorn, sextile Neptune and Pisces, and that's hitting your 2nd and your 4th houses. So that can heighten your intuition, your creative energy, so that you can materialize in a way that brings a lot of benefit or money to those who are close to you, or at least those who you share your life with. And we also have the Sun in Pisces, sextiling Pluto and Capricorn, happening in your 4th and your 2nd house. And that's all about just like empowerment and taking back control. It's very benefic for finances, big time, and investments and things related to your home life and your private life. You know, when I say like that home space though, you know, so do like that. So those are some good energies. But the 9th, even though everybody gets very excited, Mercury goes direct and all that, it's going to be a little challenging of a day, I do want to say. It just says because there's a lot of concentrated energy. But like literally on the 10th, things are going to lighten up. And then it's going to be out of shadow by the 25th. So things will definitely be lightening up as we go along. Okay, and true love, release your ex, separation, sexual union, time. Not today, stabbed in the back. Ace of Pentacles, new start. 4 of Wands, marriage and engagement card. King of Swords, truth. Oh boy, I like it. I feel like I'm getting some mixed messages here, which is fun. I like because that is reality, is it not? All right, so we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, right? So whoever's in your energy field right now, this is going to be relevant to them. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So I feel like you might have 2 people in your energy field right now. We have separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you might be with somebody and you're in the space of maybe you're thinking about your ex, or you're being prompted to release your ex because you need to clear your energy. Okay? Only because it's sandwiched between these messages. Then we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. I mean, and that comes after true love. Then we have, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Okay, so, and then we have time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Okay, so we have separation and we have give it time. Then we have not today. Not dealing with the hurt. Avoiding a conversation. Avoiding calling someone. Boundaries. Somebody's still angry. Somebody's still hurt. So they feel stabbed in the back. There is heartbreak and pain here. Separation, deception, shocking attack. All right, I have to just tell you, when I'm getting Sagittarius, I feel like this person is still heavy in your energy field, and you are trying very hard to release them because you want to give somebody new a shot. You're trying very hard. Then we have mask, not showing your true feelings, hiding, pretending, diluting, gaslighting. Yes, that's what this tells me. So I feel like you're trying to act like you don't feel for somebody from your past that you do still feel for. And you're wearing this mask. But the bottom line is you feel in some way, shape, or form stabbed in the back, but you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. You feel like you just need to get this person out of your energy field. You need to just release them already. You need to get rid of them. And then, oh my gosh, this is a very heavy feeling I have. Almost like a frenetic kind of feeling. And then I miss having fun with you. I miss you so much. I can't complete you. You need to complete you so I can add to you. So Sagittarius, this might have been somebody who was maybe a little codependent, who was maybe looking to you to complete them, to make them happy, to give them a life, to give them a better life, something like that. Or you were at least feeling like this is what they needed, and you were feeling the pressure of that, you know? And that's really hard for a Sagittarius to feel, only because you guys, as I always say about you guys, you know, and I feel comfortable saying this because I'm a Gemini sun, so we're like, you know, we're our polarities to each other. We really need a lot of independence. We just do, you know, we just do in relation. So it's very hard to process where if somebody's very clingy, it doesn't make them a bad person at all. I never meant to make you feel like you don't matter. Sometimes things just don't work out. Two good people, two different soul paths. Ooh, I feel like that's a message you're telling yourself. I never told you the full truth about my childhood. It wasn't good, and I'm still trying to figure it out. You don't include me in so much of your life because you are scared that I actually belong there. Ooh. Okay, so these are some heavy energies that need to be discussed, and I feel like in the King of Swords energy, this is going to be Capricorn and Aquarius energy. This is so Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is all about doing things differently than you've been doing them up to now. It's doing things out of the box and being really willing to put the work in a way where you guys are creating a new truth and a new foundation for the relationship. So I do get that there is going to be this communication that has to come in that's going to be addressing this in a way where there is ultimately going to be this new beginning, right? We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new beginning having to do with emotional, mental, and physical connection. I happen to think this is the most powerful Ace card just because of the depth of what the Pentacle energy represents. It's so much more than resources, because our resources are emotional resources, how we communicate, how we have, what our intimate life looks like, what our social life looks like, our wants, needs, and desires in the 3D. Where do we want to live? What do we want to do? You know? And there's a new beginning there for you guys. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is about engagement, marriage, and it is about a very strong foundation, Sagittarius. So there's a lot of stuff, deep stuff, that needs to be addressed. This idea of, you know, missing you, feeling like maybe somebody was looking at you to complete them, you know, you not meaning to make somebody feel like they don't matter, or somebody not wanting to make you feel like you don't matter. Obviously, this is a general message, so you have to, the energies can certainly be flip-flop. Yeah, I mean, you don't include me in so much of your life because you're scared that I actually belong there. I mean, that's pretty profound. And that is something that happens a lot of times when somebody really craves independence, because then the fear is if I bring that person into my circle too tightly, they're going to be around all the time. And then where is my autonomy and where's my independence? But it really does not have to be like that at all, you know? And childhood. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like earlier issues in a person's life is definitely at play here, but this is true love. There is hurt here. Yeah, I just feel like there's going to be a really hard time letting go of an ex, I have to tell you. And I feel like for many of you, that's those between worlds, man. Sagittarius, you're going to be between worlds. You're going to be trapped emotionally, you know, spiritually and mentally with this past energy, and you're going to be trying like all get out to get yourself into something else with the hope of alleviating that pain or having a new beginning that you can lose yourself in, hoping that the pain of this connection just diminishes over time. But I feel like you're going to be poked and prodded at to really look at this stuff. So, okay, if that was resonating with anybody, that is what we have for the love section. And now we're going to go into the Celtic cross spread, which, now if you didn't resonate with this on a relationship, for a late relationship read, it's very common that then the Celtic cross spread will resonate with you for the relationship. But I always read the Celtic cross for relationship as well as career and family connections, guys, okay? Gives us a nice well-rounded message, the good old Celtic cross. I've tried so many of the spreads and it really just gives, I feel, the best, most well-rounded. Okay, throwing cards everywhere. All right, so what messages does Sagittarius need to know for the week of March 9th to the 15th? Any messages for Sagittarius? What messages does Sagittarius need to know? Okay. I feel like for some of you, this is a little bit of a drip over from the love read for some. But regardless, I'm getting that you are coming into this energy having ended a cycle. Okay. So coming into this. So some sort of cycle was done. Like you weren't in contact with anybody anymore. Something was done. Ten of Swords, right? This is one sword at a time over time. You know, put in your back. And they're just ending up being this communication over time, issues over time, ending a cycle. Now, the foundation right now for this situation, whatever it is now, the Ten of Swords could have to do with you left a cycle in your job, you left a job, whatever it is, some sort of cycle, something, some sort of friendship ended, some sort of family situation ended. Okay, there was an ending. We're coming into this energy now. And the current situation is at the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So swords are communication, swords are truth. So in the reverse, this indicates to me that either there's no communication with an individual right now, or the information that's coming in is not very either forthcoming, so there might be some like lying through omission, or somebody is not being honest. But the thing is, there is no new cycle happening right now as I read this, okay? On, when am I doing this? March 2nd, okay? The energy coming in here, this is the foundation, okay? Now, crossing this, right, we're going to start getting the energy moving here, is the Knight of Coins in reverse. So the Knight of Coins in reverse is a Leo and Virgo in reverse. And whenever we have Leo in reverse, we have ego, we have fear. And whenever we have Virgo, we always have Mercury, because Mercury rules Virgo. So what this tells me is there's going to be some sort of communication where somebody is going to be made to feel or realize that they feel, because the communication can be within themselves, that they don't feel emotionally, mentally, and physically supported and connected to an individual. Or if this has to do with career, you feel like you're not getting the money that you deserve. You don't feel like you're getting the recognition. You don't feel well supported in that, in that position. And this is crossing you, right? So this has to do something with this lack of communication coming in. It's like the lack of communication is because of this feeling of lack, right? There's no communication because you don't feel like the money's there. You don't feel like this person has your back. You don't feel like they're capable of having your back. But you're having a hard time working through it, because we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is taking a little pause, taking a little time out. I'm really trying to work through things. The intention here is to definitely move forward. This is a Jupiter and Libra card. So Jupiter ruling Sagittarius is always about movement forward. And Libra is about getting in touch with what feeds your heart space. What do you really want to do as far as making money, right? Because Venus has to do with money. It has to do with our self-worth, how we feel about ourselves in a situation. What do we need in our heart space to make us happy? Asking those big questions, right? Asking those big questions. What do we really need? And you're taking a minute to really get clear on this stuff so that you can feel like you're moving forward, kind of like with a clean slate, right? And and that's crowning the whole reading, right? Is this idea of trying to identify, what do you take with you? What do you get rid of? What do you need? And, what is the right thing here to move forward in? And then we have the Nine of Coins as the foundation. So this is a Venus and Virgo energy. This is very much communicating about what is in your heart space. This is a wish fulfillment card. This is, bringing things to a space where you feel emotionally, mentally, physically connected, where you're working towards being in a space of having your money on point. It's really communicating about what it is that you really want. It's allowing yourself to dream. And this is the foundation of this week. The foundation is that you are allowing yourself to go there. You're allowing yourself to dream. And I really like that, because we do have that Mars and Capricorn sextiling Neptune and Pisces. And that's all about dreaming and figuring out how you're going to be able to materialize something. And to be super focused on making something happen for yourself, which is very good. But now here you are, Seven of Swords. Yes, Sagittarius. What's going on? This is a moon in Aquarius. This is you hiding something. This is you presenting yourself as being one thing when you're really another. What's going on? Now, this could also be you allowing yourself to stay in a situation that doesn't speak to you. So you're wearing a mask rather than making the big decision of cutting and running or making any sort of changes that you feel are necessary, right? Oh, because the moon, again, the moon is like deep inside, like what's hidden, right? And Aquarius is about doing something out of the box. So it's about presenting yourself in a way different out of the box than who you normally are. So this is the energy that I feel like you're in now. This is also the card of thievery, okay? I'm not calling you a thief, but wearing a mask is a form of thievery, right? It's stealing perception. So I feel like you've sort of adopted this facade to just function in your life to some degree right now. And I guess we all do that at some point, so don't beat yourself up, for goodness sake, but you know what I mean? This is you. Now, why are you doing this? Let's look at the external energy is the Knight of Swords. Okay, now this is not you, this is the energy external to you that's influencing you. And the Knight of Swords is a Taurus and Gemini energy. So Sagittarius, you might be dealing with a Gemini or a Taurus, but this is about, if this has to do with a job, this is you really thinking, really communicating about what you need. As far as money goes, this is you getting very honest with yourself about limitations in finances, or some sort of money coming in. This could have to do with, anything having to do with the heart space, because again, Taurus is ruled by Venus, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So it's about external communication coming in, having to do with the heart space, but somebody giving you a slice of truth about something, and you really not knowing how to handle it, and you not being your true authentic self when you deal with this person. There's a reason that you don't feel comfortable. There's a reason for this, but some sort of truth comes in that impacts you, that puts you in the space of having to wear this facade. Now, whether it's to self-protect, could be. This could also be somebody coming in, professing their undying love for you, and you having this facade and you just being like, I'm really not sure. Because the facade sometimes, listen, sometimes it buys time as you try to figure out what it is that you want and feel. And, and going back to the crowning energy in the relationship part, I do feel like in general, Sagittarius, a lot of you are in between things, just kind of in general. So rather than acting, illogical and irrational straight out of the gate, because that's not who Sagittarius are, you guys are just not that way. You're very moral. You like to do things a certain way. And so you might be feeling the need to put on this false facade, this mask, while you reason out what you're going through or whatever it is that's on your heart. But in your fear position, we have the Nine of Swords. So there's definitely the self-imprisonment, ruminating thoughts in your fear position. This is a very mental energy. Lots of ruminating thoughts, very intrusive thoughts that are making you feel highly uncomfortable. You're being pushed to look at something here. And then we have the King of Coins in the reverse. So, and this is the outcome energy. Okay, so the King of Coins in the reverse is an Aries and Taurus energy in the reverse. So Aries being an initiation, Taurus being, forward, having to do with either work or something in the heart space, and that initiation not happening, okay? That initiation just not existing from you or from the other person is what I get as far as the outcome energy of this. But now in the near future, I do have the Ten of Wands energy. So Ten of Wands is all about putting it down, putting it down before a really good reason, because it's just way too heavy for you to deal with anymore, and you just need to end a certain cycle and walk away. Now, this is a Saturn and Sagittarius energy. So Saturn's all about being willing, ready, and able to put in the hard work to move forward. You're moving forward. You're moving away from whatever this is, and you're moving on in you, Sagittarius. So I'm getting that there was, coming into this energy with an ending, right, of a cycle. There's recognition that something is not going to be saved in a new cycle. There's a lot of recognition of feeling unsupported. And there is really you just focusing on, right, what do I need to move forward towards my wish, my wish for, I really want to bring myself to a good place. Because the Nine of Coins is really very much about bringing yourself what you need, mentally, emotionally, physically, money-wise. What do you need to move yourself forward? But you not feeling very comfortable in your life to be the most authentic version of yourself because of the players in your life, meaning the people in your life, you know, in general, however this is resonating with you. So it could have to do with the people in your workspace. It could have to do with the people in your family. It could have to do with somebody you're in a relationship with. It could even have to do with your friendship circle, right? But there is absolute clear indication to me here that you are working through something and you're in between things for sure. Sagittarius. Yeah. And that's okay. Listen, you're going to be doing a lot of changing between now and the summer, prepping for our Sagittarius Gemini eclipse that's going to be hitting in the midsummer cycle. It's going to be pretty heavy, and there are going to be lots of changes, right, for Geminis and for Sagittarius. So it makes sense to me that you're between things, between worlds, you know, kind of between situations right now. Things are going to start making more sense. They will. But for now, that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this was helpful in some way. If you like my energy, please like, subscribe, share. You guys know what to do. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.